My Chaturanga didn't always look like that. Probably looked like this for a while. Probably looked like this with a deeper elbow bend for a while. Even nowadays, sometimes it just looks like this. Some days it looks like this. I say some days, some moments. So the truth is that I vary the Chaturangas that I do, the frequency of them and the form of them, depending on what I'm working, depending on if I'm tight, depending on if I want to work power or flexibility. So often, if you're working flexibility through the spine and shoulder, you might want to compromise the amount of Chaturangas you do. So, that said, you may not want to do any Chaturanga at all. So you also work your strength and your shoulder strength in your downward dog and in your plank. So if you're getting enough work here, then why even bother with the Chaturanga? So through my classes, I'll tell people to do the vinyasa that's appropriate for them. So, coming from plank to tabletop needs a lot of intelligence. As you scoop your belly in, I'm engaging Mula Bandha, lifting my gaze, starting to bend my elbows, holding the weight through my shoulder girdle and my core. That's a really nice way of getting to grips with the lowering aspect. If you're going down, I would say do all of that, start to bend the elbows, and rather than thinking of it as a down thing, think of it as a forward thing. So think that way. I believe you're going to go that way. So you take your shoulders and your head, the whole unit, in front of the elbow bend, more and more and more and more. I don't know if you can see, so this is legs not fired up, this is legs fired up. They kind of switch on because they've got a grip and hold you. This doesn't happen if you choose to keep the elbow bent behind the original line. So that was holding it in the same place and going forwards of it. For years I actually bent the elbow and brought it back here. This, well, works for a lot of people, takes immense shoulder strength because you cannot strap your bones to take the weight for you. So having this straight forearm, this is what I've come to realise, means weight drops straight through this forearm bone and you can harness that to take weight for you. If it's out of line, your muscles have to work so much harder. So it took me courage to work the right angle because you have to go further forwards. But as you go further forwards, the legs fire up and work a lot more than if you were back. I hope that makes sense. The further forward you go, the further away you are from your legs, the more the legs have to work, which is a good thing. We underuse our legs, guys. My last tip for Chaturanga is this. So no one ever thinks about the throat or the head in Chaturanga. The head is heavy, and often I see this, which looks nice and neat, probably in a straight line here, but it doesn't feel comfortable looking down at the floor, which is hovering about, 2 inches from my face. And it's hard to suspend the head just hanging there. So I push the head forward as I go into my Chaturanga, and actually I saw a practitioner doing this thing with her chin, Candy, if you know her, Candy Yogini. And what this does is if you open the throat, the chest, the chin, it pulls the heart through and stops this horrible caving in, which happens when we brace the shoulder girdle, or will happen if we don't consciously try and keep the shoulders wide. So it all kind of congests here, gets really tight. If you do this all the way through your practice, there's no way you're going to be enjoying your finishing sequence or even your back bends. So my trick, chin, nose, even third eye, eyes, take them out and away, and this will pull the skin, the front here, forward, and it just gives it such a nice stretch. And actually, Chaturanga feels quite nice like this. Maybe you're smiling there. Do you know one more thing I do or recommend is if you are lacking strength or you just want to work your Chaturanga with more cleanness and time, you see this, I do it a lot. I actually don't jump straight back into Chaturanga. I jump into a higher version, and then as I exhale, I have a whole exhale to get in and finish the pose before I come out. One more tip. Something else I do, instead of jumping or getting back to that position even, is go to a position before that one. So I'll go to downward dog as I jump. Then inhale, plank, exhale. Do my variation of my Chaturanga. Inhale, flow through, exhale, flow back. And so that I do quite often actually. Gives you more time to set up the strength. Okay guys, I hope that was useful. Sorry I'm always so long-winded, I have a lot to say, and it's not because I'm finicky or obsessive with details. I just want you to enjoy your practice the most that you can. Are you finding an efficient, energetic, calm way to move that's sustainable? Over and out. Enjoy your practice.